CPJJ in the building, the rapper out there in Memphis, blowing up soon. Listen to his song Therapy. I've got it listed in my playlist. I've also got Mar Baby. He gonna be on the show at some point. And they've got great music that implements mental health. Excuse the hair. I kind of messed it up this morning and I was like, fuck, Clipper touched the head and it was like done. But like the reason I kept it is because I've been on this self-love journey and I was like, imagine if my girl like messed up her hair. Would I make her shave the whole thing off? Like, nah, babe, look, you got this, right? And, you know, that's what I'm doing, just showing up, being comfortable with it. CPJJ, he's like super red pill, super alpha, pulls like crazy girls out of nowhere. And like, he follows the red pill mentality, but he also real spiritual and open.
One of the things you said about truth is especially coming from you. And also, aside from just for the people that might understand this video, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm super alpha, but I definitely have implemented a lot of that knowledge into like my everyday, like how I am, how I move out the dead world. So one of the things I want to talk to you about was how you felt about the vulnerability aspect of being with your partner. A lot of it is preach, and not to say preach, but like push is the aspect of being vulnerable around a woman. Could be a complete turn off. It could be a sign of weakness, which I do agree. I understand the perspective of like people that believe that, but I do understand that it can be somewhat detrimental.
Okay, go more in depth. What's like their reaction?
Baseline is telling a girl you like, telling a girl that you are heads over heels for you, can't wait to see you. You know what I'm saying? I've been thinking about you all fucking night. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff along that, like along that aspect, is frowned upon. But red pill. And in the perfect world, I wish I could tell my girl this. I'm not my girl, but like females that I'm dealing with, because I'm in the rotation. Like even the females that I am in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish I could like John Madden this shit, play my play like, oh, I had an amazing day with you. Oh my God, I can't wait to see you. Like I wish I could say it, but I just know.
Hey kings and queens, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell so that you don't miss out on content like this, because it really does help me continue creating more content and spreading this message to help people understand how trauma is affecting them, which in turn changes the world one person at a time. Please and thank you.
Deep into the which you're gonna be right back. But goddamn, any way you take that route is not gonna end well.
Essentially, what's being said, and correct me if I'm wrong here, when you give a girl like validation in any type of sense, typically that's not received well. They end up leaving you at the end of the day for it.
Or they start playing you or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, they feel like the upper hand. Like, oh, I know this. It's like, I ain't gotta. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, it just seems like that shit make it happen. And I don't know, maybe that girl, like in the shit that would be like that female just ain't the one for me.
That's exactly what it would be.
But, God damn it, but.
Following this way, I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna throw away a lot of women. You're gonna throw away a lot of people in general. Not everybody's gonna be your friend. From the spiritual perspective, though, as far as manifestation, it's like, yeah, you're gonna throw away the things that don't matter, but you're gonna more often see the things that do matter. Because like when you notice you dating and you following this red pill rhetoric of don't be yourself, what ends up happening, because you gotta realize, you know, you're doing this day in, day out, you're watching these videos day in, day out, to the point where it's subconscious. What eventually ends up happening is, like you said, you become some of it. You know, you take on that information as your own identity. When you take on something that's not yourself, as your own identity, how can you ever find a true partner? You're only gonna gravitate towards you more people of the same.
Yeah, that is valid. Don't get me wrong. Like, yes, that makes complete sense. And I guess the answer to like literally just be less than not because I don't know, but then that kind of goes into the effect of like, Nick, I can't really speak for niggas, but like niggas like me, I would like that situation, vice versa. It's, you know, running through people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would prefer to have that one person, but it's the bullshit I would have to go through to get said person. And that can end up coming into like just me not being content with myself as a person.
I would say the thing that it pushes, and honestly, it's not your fault either. It's not even the red pill's fault. It's not anybody's fault, you know, because really the difference between the red pill and blue pill is broken heart. You know what I mean? A lot of people come on there, you know, hurt, trying to look for answers. You know, why this girl do me like that? Why she cheat on me after I was with her for 10 years? And all of a sudden you hear validation. Yep, that was it, you know?
Nigga, I was find myself with a gym, right? I started getting goosey aspect, like, I have to check.
Yeah.
I guess it was funny. You know what I'm saying? But I found getting there, like, how I be around the guys, like, I don't know, like, but shit like that when I'm done, it's just so fucking conflicting, bro. It is extremely conflicting. Like, do you want thinking on terms of fans for sure the weapon? But if you want that instant gratification, you go to the red pill methods and results faster.
Yeah, you get results faster, but not really the results you think. Because again, putting on that mask, like there's a reason True Self has like the mask broken and left behind in the fields, because I'm going to what's in those clouds. And essentially in that, like Kevin Wesley actually said this, like he was talking about, you know, mental health and like the journey on that. Well, really he doesn't really say mental health. He talks about vibe and high, vibe and low versus vibe and high. What it is like you just said, instant gratification versus what I'm doing. That's gonna be a long road, and it is a long road. It's a mountain actually. It's not just a road. It's a mountain. That shit ain't flat. You push shit out the way.
That's the thing. How do you deal with the trauma along the road? Because that's the part where most people gonna relapse and go back to what they're comfortable with. Like shit that I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm currently trying to be content with being alone. And not necessarily just like single type, but just in general, not even fucking bitches. Like, well, I'm personal, but just fuck, like, not even on that. Like, I'm just trying to be simply okay with. You know what I'm saying? Like had a planner recently, and I be trying to plan out my days more. I be trying to like add shit over too into my mind, because when I'm up.
Yeah.
Like, I am fucked, and that can't happen. I know this. It's another thing, but like when you out here like running through the hoes, bro, I know that's not what I'm supposed to be doing, bro, because I feel like dead inside.
Yeah, it's a void.
Yeah, like, I did it for nothing. Like, I want to go to sleep. Like, I know why I did that. I know that. When I say my head, it's like didn't do nothing but to feel a nut, you know? It's get the out of fucking hoes. Female. But women, it takes the out of it, bro, because it's like,
just what you're saying is you're getting that quick hit, but then after that quick hit's gone, you're
lower than I was before.
In spirituality, we call that, kind of vibing lower. Basically anything that takes you away from your true self, you're gonna feel that low vibrational energy. It's real tempting, even for me. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm on a high horse, like I don't like think about that stuff too. The reason I'm gonna explain the emptiness. The reason it feels empty is because in the process of getting that girl that ain't got nothing to do with your destiny, ain't got nothing to do with your legacy, in the process of getting with that girl that ain't got nothing to do with your true self, because it was a mask in the first place, it ain't no depth in that. So it takes you away from everything that the inner you, the inner voice feels you really should have attained during that time. Just like how we say hot girls got standards and stuff, I think we as men should have standards. We shouldn't be sitting here sleeping with random strangers just to get a nut off. If they not genuinely on our vibrational link, then why do we even need to get a nut off, family? I'd rather go home, do my content, make love to myself, honestly.
Yeah, I just lost some hoes today.
Yeah.
I'm prepared though, bro, because it's like, bro, like, I already know what it is, bro. Like, beautiful, not beautiful, but beautiful. Bad, like really attractive females, bro. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't really, I be doing this shit on some like other shit, bro. So it's like, okay, let's go into this subject then. Toxicity in relationships, bro. And at what point do you stop fighting for said relationship?
If you were vibrating low, you're gonna meet people that were also vibrating low. Wearing that mask that you're talking about, that's a form of vibrating low. You're not even operating your true self before you met that person, right? Even with me, with my ex, I didn't know I was vibrating low because I try to help people. I'm not a whore. I mean, like, keep in mind, something wrong being a whore. I don't want to do people from the channel. Trauma affects people differently. I come at it from that aspect. I'm not victim blaming nothing. It's just trauma affects people different. So, some people are externally toxic, some people are internally toxic. I was extraordinarily internally toxic, and I'm still fighting a lot of those demons. Here's the thing though, I met a partner, and you probably met a partner when you were vibrating low. So when you're vibrating low and you don't know it, but you're high functioning, because there's high functioning vibrating low and there's low functioning vibrating low. You're low functioning vibrating low when you ain't got no job, the bills ain't paid, You just ain't really doing nothing with life. You see those people that are vibrating unfunctionally like low. But people that vibrate high functionally low, it's like it's harder to see because it's not disturbing their life. When you meet this partner from the start, you're vibrating low. So like all those demons come out. Whether you were vibrating low, I mean high functioning or like high functioning low, these demons will come out in your relationship, and then you will start to see their demons too. And their demons, the funny thing is their demons will mirror your demon because y'all vibrated on the same wavelength. And that's kind of what happens. But when you stop fighting for it is when you realize that. The moment you realize that, you take the relationship off the table, because it's like you can't have a relationship with two demons trying to get their needs met. It just don't work.
Damn. Goddamn. I should. It does make coping with shit like that a lot easier.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you another story Kevin Wesley gave me. Essentially, it's like if you reframe your soulmate, if you look from a spirituality perspective, we're old souls. We're older than we are here right now. There's lessons that we were supposed to learn in the past life that maybe we did not. Before you get here, since like the beginning of the time, you say, all right, look, I'm gonna meet you at this time, at this place. We're gonna do this together. Or you're gonna say, you're gonna meet me at this time, this place, you're gonna treat me like this. And they say, wait, you sure? And you say, yeah, look, I really gotta learn this lesson. You gotta treat me exactly like this. Sometimes it's like, look, I'm gonna take you back again and again and again, but you gotta treat me like this. You ask that person to teach you a lesson. Basically what happens is, do they throughout that relationship where you should leave and you don't, reframe that as you were fighting the lesson that you were trying to give yourself in the first place. And that'll give you some power back. Maybe I go into a way more depth in my video. Just apologize to myself for complaining about the lesson and, you know, any type of ill vibrations that I gave to learning that lesson that I myself asked for.
I'm talking about taking the power back, nigga. Fuck.
Yeah.
No, that's. Hold up. And I'm gonna go to my notes real quick.
Alright.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking fire, bro. Holy fuck. And one of the other ones I had a question about, but that kind of really just damn near answered itself for what the fuck you just said. Literally, bro, but it was about like choosing yourself type. So that's when I was talking about the being content part.
Yeah.
Choosing yourself over said situation. Because a lot of times niggas do understand, or I don't say niggas, but like people in general that's in relationships, like are codependent. I feel like a lot of people in most relationships are codependent.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them don't know until it's too far gone. How to fix my way, how to do this, how to get this person back, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't even know what the fuck was going on from the fucking beginning. I've always thought about the low relationship, but I never, and it's so stupid of me, but I never.
Not stupid. I don't mean to interject, but I will interject whenever any guest comes through and like says like negative things about themselves. You're not stupid. You're very intelligent. I know you personally. You're very intelligent. Nah, man. Honestly, this stuff is subconscious, family. The whole point of truth self is learn that genuine self-acceptance. And even if you did fuck up at one point, like hell, look at my fucking hair, right? Like I'm not calling myself stupid for that. Nah, family, you're just you.
Well, I was saying just not as far as like applying it to like relationships. Like I don't know. That's just not being no random, or just being like naive in this situation. Because I would justify a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, and it's crazy, bro. Because like I'm thinking, like if my emotions ain't into some shit, bro, I am on point about like as far as everything, like as far as that choosing yourself first and like not going for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but shit is beneficial. But it's like when y'all emotions get in some shit, right? Like I keep going drop drastic, you know?
So what love looks like outside of codependence, kind of like what me and your friendship looks like. It's more on fire than that, but it's more like a friendship. You're not fighting to get this person to stay, you know what I mean? Because like when I grip my hands like that, it's like, you know, it's like I'm holding prison bars. You're not trying to fight to get this person to stay. They're not trying to fight to get you to stay. It's not this whole tug of war. It should be easy. It should be like a friendship. It should be almost casual. And the way you love should be the same. Because the way you love, whether you are the person projecting on your needs onto the other person or you're the person putting them on a pedestal in that form of codependency, you know, it really all stems from self-love. Because you can only meet somebody as deep as you've met yourself. So codependency comes from when you are in those low vibrational states and you get to this point where you're trying to fight for that person to be there. And don't get me wrong, you will have your disagreements. Friends have disagreements. But you should definitely just be able to just walk away when they've added too much to your cart, or you find that you're adding way too much to their cart. Because it should be this whole thing of acceptance of self on both ends. And acceptance of self gets transmuted outward. If you have no true acceptance of self, you can't give that to your partner. And the partner cannot give that to you. Yeah.
Damn, bro. Damn. Okay, I get what you meant by putting too much on said person, aspect, or your own back. I kind of get what you're saying. Okay, I understand walking away when that happened, but at what point? Okay, like bullshit things happen. At what point do you know if it is some? That's kind of what I was asking last time. Like, how do you know? How do you
differentiate the difference?
Yeah, what the fuck you just said.
Between serious problems, codependent problems.
Yeah, like okay.
Like problems you could work through versus like it's some toxic stuff.
Much, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like let's say you've already done said things to make your partner feel some way, which in return creates more problems. Does that mean that's because these said things are happening for you?
Give me an example of the problem that you're currently facing.
Well, let's say I had females in my phone that I was not egging on or entertaining, but my partner found out. Therefore, she didn't have evidence to leave me because I wasn't egging on. But it did make it. And those insecurities led her tweaking out.
Okay, so you got other girls on your phone and stuff. And
not fucking shit. Like a swipe up type. But I'm not egging it on.
Okay.
That's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really, but her perspective, she's definitely the issue. But like, from my perspective, it's not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter if you block that girl now because that is already in Shorty's head. So it don't matter about blocking and adding, telling her it's not this short. It is already in her head.
Like what types of women are these in your phone? Like are these women
that attractive?
Okay. Talking about like you got phone numbers or these like just Instagram models that are kind of
I feel like a mixture of both.
Whose numbers in your phone? Why?
Not even numbers, like they just have my number. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a keep their numbers. The universe be working in weird ways, bro. Like keep randomly hit. Seems like when you are striving for positive, as far as a relationship or something, like bullshit happens. Like shit is explainable. Like why is this perfect though? I don't understand it. So the aspect of like it affects not really.
I'm just using this as a generic example, not saying it would ever be a real thing, but maybe me and said bad person had something in the past. But like, you know, we're not doing anything anymore. I'm in a new relationship, I'm married. Why can't I keep this person as a friend?
Well, before you get
not married, but in a relationship. I'm not gonna say married because it's not how far you were. Go ahead, huh?
I said before you even get that far, not even somebody you've done something. Because if it was something like that, I would understand it. Not even people like
not you done something with.
Not all of them. Yeah, definitely a sprinkle of them. But like most of them just be like I don't even know. I don't sound or something like dumb shit.
Well, really, I mean, I would say honestly, in a relationship, you like really invest in your partnership. I would say unless it's for like work or business. Why?
Why what? Go in and add every you've ever met in life. You know what I'm a dude. Like when I get on Snap, I don't want to see niggas all day. Like fuck them. You know what I'm saying? When I get on Instagram, I don't just want to see dude. And emails I'm seeing is not just this. You know what I'm saying? Like
I know what you're saying. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna take me a minute to answer that question. I might have to meditate on that for a minute.
There's so many other problems that expose. They're like, yeah, that but I feel like
you know how she's thinking. She's thinking, all right, look, you're gonna be talking to all these other girls. I'm not fuck all that. You gotta cut these people off. Coming at it from like, so I'm in a relationship. I gotta cut off every single girl I've ever met in my life.
That shit like that is so elementary. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as I'm not entertained.
Okay, so the thing is, okay, yeah, I'm explaining like this. Like, yes, consciously you're not entertained, but subconsciously you're like, all right, look, I still have all my connections from my old life. You're walking into a new life subconsciously with old connections from old life. And even though you're actively, mentally, keep in mind these traits are more subconscious than they are conscious. But subconsciously, you're probably like, these bridges aren't burned. We're trying to get to our higher selves in this relationship, but we're holding on to our lower vibrational state. And when we try to do that, you will see like a disconnect, because it's like, to really let that fire burn, you really do have to let it burn. Like, you gotta let it burn, like the unnecessary things in your life to get to your highest self. And when we try to hold on to that, we end up fighting fires that never needed to be entertained in the first place. That's basically it. That's how I could explain it. That makes sense?
That does.
Okay, yeah.
That actually does.
Yeah, see, that's why I never just drill into people, because imagine if I just drilled into you and about like how whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything for anybody. And I'm trying to teach that on spiritual, on the channel as well. I'll make a video on like how to talk from a place of empathy, because it's really coming from like a place of self-love. Like, how would I want somebody to talk to me if I had an idea that was conflicting or something like that? Like, I wouldn't want them to just drill into me like Kevin Samuels. It's horrible. I'd leave the channel worse.
I wish that person knows they're reaching a higher vibration.
Well, that person would know because they're on true self. You know, the fact that you're even asking that question, family, just the fact you're asking that question, it's like if I were to put like a fucking some dirt in this cup, put a seed in it, start watering it, the roots start to grow, it starts looking for different nutrients in the ground, starts to spring up. And the content you're consuming, are you consuming more red pill rhetoric, or are you looking for more spiritual? And that's kind of how you would know when you actually start like, okay, look, I want to get to my true self, I want to be more real. But you start asking those questions, that's how you know you're starting to go there. Now keep in mind, being high vibrational is not easy. Being high vibrational is actually very hard, and you get used to it. It's like, my spiritual coach put it like this: it's like double dutching but fast. So like, double dutching really, really, really fast is really hard to do, and sometimes you slow down a little bit, but the goal is to stay in that high vibrational state as like often as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's something sure.
What makes it hard is like accountability. Things like accountability is really, really a big one. Accountability, some real shit, is more like extreme accountability. It's accountability to an extreme when you're vibrating high. It's like, okay, look, I'm not downloading Tinder. All right, look, yeah, this bitch is bad, but we ain't got shit in common. I'm not gonna fuck. You know? You know, like, you know, it's hard to do that. You know, imagine a bad bitch and you know you put that mask on, you know you hit. You know you feel accountable, and you gotta be like, yeah, she below my standards though. You know what I mean? So it's not worth it. Not easy. Yeah.
Bro. But that's the way though, bro. And it's crazy, bro. And it's holy fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Probably what's best for me.
Yeah, it is. Cause like when you drop the mask and you stop, cause like here's the thing, you talk about it all the time, don't give that bitch your energy. You know? We don't need to be giving strangers our energy. Just like how women have dating standards for, hey, look, I'm not gonna sleep with this dude for X days so I get to know him. Men need to have those standards. I'm not trying to sleep with a fucking stranger. Like, that's my fucking energy. I'm nutting off my fucking seed into somebody I don't even know. It's like, it's not even just your seed, it's your legacy. Like, you nutting off your legacy into some fucking stranger. You mixing you're subconsciously mixing your bonding chemicals with a fucking dark bitch. And then like, we sit here and we wonder why everywhere we look, there's nothing but dark bitches.
I mean, look at like that. I just be looking at it, bro. First, I go fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's
talking about time, right? How much time we have on this world. Like you said, you don't know how much time you're gonna have. On this journey, it's worth it because, for one, you feel better about yourself when you aren't doing those low functional things. If you are gifted to live a long life, what you'll notice is those little directions you took in your journey fucking matter. You'll notice that, like, when you took the mask off and left that bitch in the fields, you'll realize you actually got to the fucking clouds. You actually seen what's in the fucking clouds. You got the opportunity to meet the bitch that you could talk about your emotions and shit too. You get a better life, and that's what we're doing this for.
If you like the way I teach about mental health content, like, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell so that you don't miss out on more content like this. And remember, if you ever find yourself in chaos, it's in that chaos that you'll find yourself, and that no candle loses flame from lighting another. Peace, family.